Welcome to Kick It Up a Notch, hosted by Megan and Jenny. We're here to bring you lively conversations, inspiring stories, and a little bit of everything in between. Whether it's life, business, or just a good laugh, we're turning up the energy and diving into what makes life extraordinary. Let's kick it up a notch. Welcome to the very first episode of Kick It Up a Notch. I'm Megan Thomas, and I am here with my amazing co-host, Jennifer McBride, and we are so excited to finally get this podcast rolling and to share it with everyone.
Oh my gosh, Megan, this podcast is something that we've been talking about for such a long time. But for those of you who don't know us, we're both real estate professionals, entrepreneurs, and passionate advocates for our local communities. And today we want to share a little bit about ourselves and give you a glimpse into what Kick It Up a Notch is all about.
So it is about highlighting amazing people and their stories and the things that they are doing.
That's not far off, but seriously, we hope this podcast inspires you and shines a light on the incredible work happening right here in our community.
We're very aware no one needed another podcast, but we thought, why not give it a try and see what happens? Because this is a goal we've had for a very long time, and we just wanted to see what happens. So, a little bit more about us. Jenny, how long have you been in real estate?
So I've been in real estate over 20 years and do a lot of other things besides real estate. I'm a mom, I have dogs, love to travel, ride motorcycles. So that's kind of something is unexpected that people.
It's very unexpected, and I think that definitely needs to be a story at some point later on in a different show, is how 5'2" Jenny McBride ended up with a motorcycle.
Yeah. And very passionate about veteran organizations and helping the people that have served our country. And stay busy a lot. What about you, Megan?
Significantly less busier than you. I have been in real estate 6 years, coming from a social work background. I have 3 dogs that drive me absolutely crazy, and I am a food enthusiast, highly enjoy eating different places.
Where are those places you like to eat?
I'm a food enthusiast for 3 restaurants in town, and that is going to be Jason's Deli, shout out East Side Crew, McAllister's, shout out West Side Crew, and Chick-fil-A, shout out West Side Crew. You all should be receiving my Christmas cards in the mail if you've not received them yet.
And I bet that's not
They have at McAllister's. Cody went to go pick up an order over the weekend, and they told him they did get our Christmas card.
That's hilarious.
So those are the places I'm a food enthusiast for.
Yeah, okay. Well, and you also have some rental property and so that's pretty exciting being your age. And how many homes do you own?
Being just as super, super, super young as I am. Yes, we have. It's what got me into real estate was trying around with, well, let's do rentals and see what happens. So got into real estate for that. It's led to many different other things, but we currently have 34 doors, so 34 properties, and then that's not including some commercial properties.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
It's a long-term goal that will hopefully pay off.
Yeah. It will.
Yeah,
We know that.
yeah, for sure. Love the beach, love having fun, embrace the awkward, and super curious how this is going to go. So I hope people enjoy learning more of our stories with us and as we listen to other people's stories.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, starting a podcast, I don't know if anybody's ever done that, but how long did it take for us to how long did it take for us to choose a name for this?
Well, no, choosing the name was easy. Being able to use that name because it's not already taken was the hard part. When I say we went through every possible option of words to get a podcast together, and all of them that were taken, we should have got a list together of some of the ones we considered. We considered the toe of the boot. We considered keep it real. We considered we had some good ones. We had some really, really good ones. But other people had taken those because they were good ones. And then we came up with Kick It Up a Notch and then got everything created. And then Jenny said, no, it's called Take It Up a Notch. And I had a slight heart attack, but we settled with Kick It Up a Notch in hopes to encourage going to the next level. And because it was a name that was available. And that took, I think we sat there for about 2.5 hours one day, going back and forth between what was already chosen and ChatGPT. Then the technology part comes in, and we had to deal with the technology part because Jenny did not like my idea of, well, let's just do it on a phone. It has to be ready to go. And this started with Jenny watching a training, I think. Probably within 20 minutes into that training, you texted me and said, hey, do you want to start a podcast? And I was like, sure, I've wanted to do that. And then less than 3 days later, you had the mics ordered coming in the mail, and we were discussing it. So Jenny's very much the doer. I'm very much just the, yeah, that'd be fun. And we'd never do it. So thanks to Jenny, it's actually off the ground.
Yeah. So I think that, in my mind, when we started talking about, okay, we want to do a podcast, but what is the podcast going to be about? And you and I both decided we wanted it to be conversational.
Yeah,
We wanted to just sit and have a conversation, but also a general podcast. It doesn't have to be real specific in regards to any certain sort of topic. But also, I thought that there is so many people in our local community, at least here in the Evansville area,
Yeah, we should probably say where we are from.
yeah, that are doing some really amazing things. And, we just hear on a national level these people doing huge, massive, big things, but sometimes these little things can be really big for people. And
Big
so,
Stories, Small Places. That
Yeah.
was another title that we considered.
yeah. So our hopes is that we get some really amazing people in smaller communities that maybe can inspire other people to do great things, because I think that, us as people, us as Americans, we can really do some amazing things to help out our fellow Americans.
Vote for Jenny in 2027. I'd vote for you, Jenny.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so it's gonna be rough at first. I went back and listened to podcasts I enjoy listening to, and I went to their first episodes because I realized that all of the podcasts I listened to, I started like seasons in. I didn't start with the very first episode. And they were bad. They were not good. So they get better. Our hope is that we get better. I know we will. That's also going to come a lot with learning and input, and once we have a guest. But I want this to be a place where you're coming and talking to someone about, it doesn't have to be deep stuff. It doesn't have to always be silly stuff. But it can be a place where you just feel like you're hanging out and having a good time. And I think we'll both be really good at doing that. And I'm really, really excited. And hope that people are willing to share their stories. And the thing is, I think a lot of people think they don't have stories. But anything can be something that someone can connect with, and it could either help them or encourage them or just give them a little laugh throughout the day. So we'll keep them somewhat brief, depending on how amazing of guests we have on, and then some behind the scenes comments and interactions and things like that. So let's just hope this is recording and we're not just talking into the air for 30 minutes.
We're doing great.
So why a podcast? We touched on that a little bit. We know that we said that the world didn't need another one, but we're going to give it one. I think a lot of people now are realizing we don't have time to sit still to watch things. So I think listening is a really big way people are consuming stuff and entertaining themselves now. Um, so
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, I get in the car and that's what I put on. I
yeah,
mean, I don't um I rarely listen to music anymore. I mean, I know Megan, you got your Taylor Swift channel and
channel. Okay, it's
or whatever.
Spotify. It's a playlist, Jenny.
Okay, a
Okay.
playlist, and that's what you
It
listen to.
is
But
either Taylor Swift or Eminem.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, but I typically have some type of podcast on. So enjoy listening to those rather than watching the news. I like expanding my mind and opening up to things that make me think. And
Okay. Jenny's first subtle dig at Megan. Jenny's expanding her mind and learning, and I'm just bebopping around to Taylor Swift in my car.
uh-huh, yeah, yeah,
I listen to some podcasts.
yeah,
No, I listen to a lot of podcasts.
yeah.
So
So
if you weren't listening to a podcast, though, what channel are you listening to musically, Jenny?
oh goodness.
Because I think this will shock people too.
Well, I don't have a channel. I mean, I would have a playlist too, but it would be like, you know, uh, 70s rock, um, some Metallica, AC/DC, Motley Crue, something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to be exciting is more people learning about Jenny.
Well, we'll see.
I think it'll be exciting because I don't think if I saw you be bopping around in your car, I thought you'd be listening to
Well, yeah,
70s
I mean,
hairball
I get
band.
on my bike and my
Or yeah, your motorcycle.
motorcycle
I still can't believe you have a motorcycle.
turn on that hard rock playlist and zoom down the road. And
Safe, appropriate
so
speed.
not only is it
With a
blaring
helmet.
hard rock, people take a look and they see a little woman on
Legs flopping.
on a bike.
And they're like, who let that child ride that
Yeah,
motorcycle?
yeah, I'm sure.
Yes, so I think people will get to learn a lot about both of us. Um, what's next?
All right, so
What's next?
I think we just need to talk about kind of what we're looking for feedback, from people.
So we started a lot of social media platforms. A lot. Pretty much anywhere you will now be able to search Kick It Up a Notch. I can get that list up. But the reason we did this is not only for behind the scenes and getting it promoted, obviously, but we really, really, really need to hear from others what they want, what they don't want, but be nice. Um, Interviewing questions, comments. We'll end kind of each episode with a kind of open comment question, and I'm trying to find all of our things. So you
Yeah,
say
so
something,
so
Jenny.
maybe if you are running a cool business or starting a nonprofit or just making a difference, know somebody that's making a difference in their own way, and you would love for us to interview them, like shoot us a message through social media or comment on one of our posts on social media saying, hey, this person is doing awesome things. You really need to, or I would
Or if
like
you're
to.
the one doing awesome things, yeah.
Yeah, or I would like to know a little bit more about this topic. Like, we will go find that person and have them come on our podcast and talk to them.
When I tell y'all that Jenny is a doer and we give her a task, she's a little hound dog. She's going to make sure it gets done. So be careful what she put on there. She will make sure it happens. So we are everywhere. YouTube, you can find us at Kick It Up a Notch Podcast. That's where we're going to be posting videos. Instagram, Kick It Up a Notch Podcast. Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, Spotify. Spotify is where you're going to listen to us. Snapchat, Kick It Up a Notch 3. But Jenny, what are we going to do? We're going to have them go to one place, and that's going to take them to everything.
Well,
Jenny had to teach me what a domain was.
So, Kick It Up a Notch podcast.com
.com is
will
what we just
take
need to share
you,
with people.
yeah, that will take you to our Spotify playlist where they can go and watch or listen to any episode.
Yeah, so you are going to be seeing more of it. Please follow. We will also have it on our personal, so make sure you are following and liking our personal as well. But for specific podcast content, releases, guests, behind the scenes, questions, replies, make sure you are following us on all social media platforms and wherever you get your podcast, because that's what people who do podcasts say.
Right. Well, good job, Megan. I'm really excited to. Good job.
She's
Fantastic.
gonna nix this first one so bad. She's like,
I
didn't
am
like
so
it.
excited that
Didn't like it.
you are on this journey with me. I look forward to this, and hopefully everybody else does, and is excited about it. And we should get our very first real episode with a real interview. Somebody we're really interviewing.
This
out
is
there.
a real episode. I think we need to get all the kinks out before we have a real person join us.
So, anyway, all right. Well, that's a wrap for our very first episode of Kick It Up a Notch, and we're excited to have you on this journey with us.
Until we see you again, let's keep working together and kick it up a notch in everything that we do.
See you later.
Thanks for tuning in to Kick It Up a Notch. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Until next time, keep reaching higher and kicking it up a notch.